Like I'm talking quieter in this video is because I'm actually babysitting and she's asleep and don't want to wake her up because I just put her down for sleep. Um, I'm helping babysit. It's just But anyways, I have these Magnolia titles here, and I watched both of these. I talked about these in the last What Have I Been Watching, and I liked them a lot. I thought they were. I think this one I like. This one I like more. I'm still kind of iffy on this one. I don't know. I think it's a movie I have to think about more. I haven't watched this one yet. This last one I need to watch, but I watched both those. Great movies. This one was kind of. I was the most hesitant about watching. It's got a bunch of awards for like best comedy. It's called The Yankles. And the reason why I'm hesitant about it, if you know me, sports movies aren't my jam. I don't really tend to jump on them. But for $1, I picked it up at Dollar Tree. And I gotta say, this actually was a really funny movie. It's kind of about these Jewish rabbis playing baseball, kind of. And it's actually really funny. It's really well paced, really well acted. The characters in it are actually really good. They have a lot of charisma. It's so much fun. I really love this movie. Highly recommend it. Such a funny movie. I think this is one of my favorite comedies of all time right now. I think this is such a good movie. And it's kind of a more unique, weird as crap comedy, but I think it works. So, I can't wait to watch this one. I will do this at a later date. If you can kind of see X-Men on my TV, I'll talk about that last. But I'm just playing that episode in the background, kind of muting it. Because it's not an interesting episode. So, I didn't watch The Dirty Dozen yet. I've heard nothing but great things about that movie. I have never seen it. I need to watch it. The Green Bernettes is what I watch. This is a John Wayne war movie. And it is really, really freaking great. It's so well paced. The score is energetic. It's amazingly acted. It's always constantly engaging. I don't want to say too much about it because I think it's just, if you like John Wayne movies, you need to watch this one. Great movie. One of my favorite war movies ever made. I love it. And I can't wait to watch The Dirty Dozen next. Then last episode, I watched Tintin. And I was like, yeah, I'm super excited to revisit E.T. So this is not a VHS tape. It's actually the Blu-ray. I picked this up at Target because they were doing these exclusives. I thought, man, this is so cool. But when you really think about it, this is a waste of money. Because look at that. Look how big this thing is. It takes up so much space on your shelf. When, look at that, compared to a normal Blu-ray. And this movie is available in 4K. I already bought it, so I'm not going to rebuy it, and it looks cool. I do enjoy this. I don't know if this is actually how the actual Blu-ray looked. And also, Blu-ray plus digital kind of ruins the effect of this actually looking like a Blu-ray. But I feel like they felt like they need to have all that stuff, even on the back too. So that way they could sell it, because it looks like you're just putting a VHS tape on the shelf. I think that's why these were $10. And this is only one of them I got. But regardless, let's talk about E.T. I'm a big Spielberg fan, and E.T. was kind of one of his major classic movies that I saw last. I watched Jurassic Park, Jaws, all that before I watched E.T. And the reason why is because E.T. is overly talked about. It's like talked about if it's one of the greatest movies ever made. I've never loved E.T. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I was kind of like, I don't know. It's considered one of the most watched films of all time. I have a freaking poster of it on my wall I'm actually staring at right now. and it's this exact cover without the moon, except that the cover has him, the kid in the movie, on the bike, flying over the moon, and it's for the 25th anniversary re-release of the film. That's the poster it is. Anyways, so watching it, kind of having that in mind, I think it just kind of has always tainted me on this movie a little bit, because it's not a bad movie by any means. I think in a lot of aspects it's great. Steven Spielberg is one of the great directors. He's one of the great auteurs out there. He is an amazing director when it comes to working with actors, especially child actors, and the performances he gets out of these kids are freaking incredible for what he was able to do. He knows exactly what to do to get the exact things he needs, actually frightening some of the children to get real screams, because maybe he wouldn't have be able to get them otherwise, other things like that. There are many things that he was able to do that make this film great. It's got a really phenomenal score, and of course I don't just mean the do 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 do, when they're flying over the moon. That is amazing, that theme. But what I mean is just like every single moment of the score is like makes you more engaged. It's a well-paced movie. This is one of those movies where you forget how much actually happens in it because it just flies by, because it's so well-paced. And there's so much that happens in it. E.T. almost dies, all these different things that we kind of forget about because we're like, E.T., yeah, great. And it's like, but you really forget how much happens within this movie that makes it so good. And it's for like a family movie that so many people watch. It's kind of a really good movie because it doesn't treat you like an idiot. It is a film that, kind of is, it deals with death and all these different things that you wouldn't see in a normal family movie. It's quite darker. In fact, in the original cut of E.T., which they have edited this out since, I don't agree that it's okay that they did this, but they did do this. Here, let me push home so it stops doing that, because I'm going to try to play next episode. But basically, in the original cut of E.T., there were like cops with guns, and they actually aimed them at kids' heads, and like people got really upset about it, and they removed it in subsequent re-releases and things. And so you can never actually watch the original version of E.T. It does not. It may not even exist anymore. It's never been released on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS tape, or anything. But I would like to see that put back in as like an option, but I really don't need it. I don't need it. But this film is great, and as much as it's overly talked about, it is really good. I just don't think this is Steven Spielberg's best. It's a great movie. It's got a lot of great aspects to it, but I think when people talk about great films, E.T. is one we need to calm down a little bit on, because it's great, but not the greatest. I think this is definitely a good movie, though, with a lot of great aspects. So, let's get back on to what I've been doing on Disney Plus. So while I was babysitting, I watched some more of X-Men. I finished all of Season 3. And Season 3 was kind of enemy. They did the Dark Phoenix storyline, and all that stuff was cool, but I just enjoyed the multi-parters the least, and so that's all we really got in this season was multi-parters for the most part. It was like cool, and this is weird because it's actually one of the only seasons that doesn't end on a multi-part episode. Might be actually the only season. Let me check Season 5. I don't know. It wasn't the only one. I guess Season 5 didn't, but, it's kind of weird. It's kind of it's a good season, but it's just like, I don't know. Just the stories weren't as interesting as Season 3 to me. Season 4 kind of gets a little bit more on track with the first 2 episodes I've seen. I need to watch this One Man's Worth 2-parter episode pretty soon. I'm gonna try to get through the next 5 episodes in the next day or so, and then I have 26 more episodes of the show left to watch, and I'll try to get through them all pretty quickly. I'm enjoying it still. Really liked it, but I got to watch it while I was babysitting, which was nice. I enjoyed doing that, and that was really nice to do. So here, let me see. Let me go down. So one of the other things I did today was so what I don't understand with all these collections of things, of movies and things, they don't have a collection for Winnie the Pooh, so you can't just go in a section and find all the Winnie the Pooh movies. You have to specifically search them up, which is actually really irritating. But I watched the 2011 one. I remember actually seeing this movie in theaters. I think it was about 10, and that's a weird age, I guess, because Pooh is seen as a thing for little kids, which I think is smarter than people give it credit for. But I've always loved Winnie the Pooh, and I still do. It's been a while since I've seen some of these movies. Some of these movies I've never seen, and I'm actually going to revisit all of them. But I thought, I'm babysitting, this perfect time to watch my favorite one, which is, at least out of the ones I've seen, which I've seen the original Heffalump movie, the Tigger movie, and I think I saw the Christmas one once. I don't think I saw it more than that. I don't know. But this is the one where where the misread is no, and they think he's gone missing. This actually was the only 2D film after The Princess and the Frog. See, what people think is that the last 2D film that Disney made was Princess and the Frog. But that's actually not true. It's actually this movie, and nobody went to go see it, and nobody talks about it. And so it bombs horribly at the box office, unfortunately, because no one saw it, even though it was fantastic. I mean, it was great. It was basically Winnie the Pooh. It had all the smart writing and charm of the characters and everything you could have wanted out of Winnie the Pooh. I loved it. I think it's one of the best Winnie the Pooh movies ever made, and I wish more people have seen it. And if you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus. Watch it. Give it the love and respect it deserves. But on Netflix right now, they have Sleepover, which is, at the time of recording this, literally just came out a minute ago, and Class of 83, which I'll be watching tonight, and Lucifer Season 5, which I don't know if I'll be starting tonight, but I will probably attempt to at least. Wow, there's only 8 episodes this season. It's the shortest season of the show. Wonder why that is. I'm excited to watch it. And then let's get back to Disney Plus. We have the latest episode of The Muppets Now coming out on the one and only Ivan. So I'm excited to check those out. So stay tuned for all of those reviews coming out soon. I'm really excited. I've been doing a lot of Disney Plus content lately. So yeah, stay tuned for all that coming later. But that's all the movies I watched. Stay tuned for more content coming out soon. All my reviews will be on the main channel, and I will be doing more what have I been watching videos pretty soon.